Rachana Narayanakati had always been a woman of strong convictions. Raised in a deeply spiritual household, she grew up listening to stories of faith, perseverance, and the power of surrendering oneself to the divine. The tales of devotees offering their hair at Tirumala Tirupati fascinated her as a child, but she never imagined that one day, she would find herself standing in that very place, fulfilling a vow she had once whispered in silent prayer. Life had not been easy for Rachana. The past few years had tested her in ways she never expected: personal losses, career struggles, and the weight of responsibilities pressing down on her shoulders. But through every storm, she had found solace in her faith. She had made a promise: if she found the strength to overcome her hardships, she would surrender her most cherished possession, her hair, as an offering to the deity. For her, it was not just about tradition, it was about letting go of everything that had weighed her down. The day had finally arrived. As she walked towards the Kalyanakata, where tonsuring ceremonies were performed, a mix of emotions surged within her. The rhythmic chanting of prayers, the hum of clippers buzzing around her, and the sight of countless other devotees, young and old, sitting in quiet surrender, filled her heart with an unexplainable calm. She sat down, closed her eyes, and let out a deep breath. The barber gently gathered her long, dark hair into sections. "Are you ready?" he asked. Rachana nodded, not trusting her voice. The clippers roared to life, and with the first pass over her scalp, a thick lock of hair tumbled down onto her lap. She watched as it fell, severing not just strands of keratin, but years of attachment, self-doubt, and expectations. As the barber continued, moving methodically from the front to the back, she felt the cool air against her freshly exposed skin. A tingling sensation ran through her, an unexpected sense of freedom that she had never experienced before. With every pass of the clippers, she felt lighter, her burdens, her fears, her past, all falling away. Finally, the buzzing stopped. The barber wiped her head clean, removing any last traces of her old self. She lifted a trembling hand and ran her fingers over her smooth scalp. It felt unfamiliar yet empowering. For the first time in her life, she looked into the mirror and saw herself, not as someone defined by her appearance, but as a woman who had chosen courage over convention, faith over fear. Stepping outside into the open courtyard of Tirumala Tirupati, she felt the sun's warmth on her bare scalp, the breeze kissing her skin in a way she had never noticed before. She draped her simple cream-colored sari around her shoulders, feeling the fabric's softness against her now exposed head. People around her reacted differently. Some looked at her with admiration, others with curiosity. A few elderly women smiled knowingly, recognizing the sacred commitment she had just fulfilled. But none of that mattered to Rachana. She had given up something material, yet she had gained something far greater: clarity, peace, and a renewed sense of purpose. She stood at the temple steps, staring up at the towering Gopuram, feeling an overwhelming sense of gratitude. She had not just offered her hair, she had offered her soul, her struggles, and her devotion. As she bowed down in prayer, she knew this was not the end of something, but rather the beginning of a new, unburdened chapter. She had surrendered, she had let go, and now, she was truly free. Rachana's journey was not just about tonsuring her head. It was about embracing transformation, trusting in faith, and having the courage to redefine oneself. Because sometimes, the most profound changes in life begin with a simple act of letting go.